Okay, Zara, today we will start August to 13, 2019 past paper, and let's scroll down to question number 1. It says, can you please read the question? Okay, so now you can see that 250 is the fixed cost, or it is a one-time cost, so we will consider it as our y-intercept. Okay,
Okay.
this is the fixed amount. We consider it as our y-intercept, and $23 for each printed jersey. So this is the variable cost. So if you print out two jerseys, it will become 23 times 2. So our standard equation is, or in other words, this is rate. Okay. So the equation will become y equals to mx plus b, where b is the fixed cost, m is the rate. So you just have to substitute m 23 here plus b is 250. So the
50.
equation is 23x plus 250. Got it?
Yep.
Okay, look at the next question, what it says. It says that which table represent a function. So for a function, the definition is for each input there must be one output, right? That's the
One
definition of
output.
a function.
Yes.
So if you look at the first one, for 2 there is one output, and here for 2 you have a different output which is 1. So this is not a function. In this one, negative 3 maps on 0, and at the same time negative 3 maps on
Maps
2.
on two.
So this is also not a function, okay? And in this one this is also for one input you have multiple outputs, so this is also not a function. Now here, for this is a function because for each input there is one and only one there. Yeah, so this is our function. Okay, look at the next question. Which expression is equivalent to this expression? So we just have to simplify it. Now let's simplify it. The expression is 2 parentheses x squared minus 1 plus 3x into x minus 4. So let's apply the distributive property here. It will become 2x squared minus 2 plus 3x times x will become 3x squared. Yeah, minus 3x minus, okay, so it's minus 12x. Let's add the same like term. So 3x, 2x square plus 3x square will become 5x square. Okay, no squares, because you are adding, not multiplying. And negative 12x minus 2. So option 4 I think is the correct one, right? In the next question, what it says the value of x satisfies this equation, and you have to find the value of x. So this is 4 by 3 equals to x by x plus 10 over 15. Let's cross multiply them. So you will get 4 times of 15, which is 60. That equals to 3 into x plus 10. Okay. What is 3 times of x? It is 3x, and 3 times of 10 is 30. So 60 equals to this one. Let's subtract 30 from both sides. So by doing that, when we subtract 30 from 60, we will get 30. That is equals to 3x. And then divide both sides with 3. So x will become equals to 10. So option 3 is the right answer. Okay. Yeah. And in the next question, what it says that Josh graph the function f of x, this one, and then graph the function g of x is equals to this one on the same coordinate plane. Okay. The vertex of g of x. Now they are talking about the vertex of g of x, right? So what are the vertex points? If you are given with a function in journal, f of x is equals to a x minus h plus k, then h k is the vertex. Okay, so by comparing it with this one, the value of h is 1, value of k is 2, so its vertex is at 1 2, and for this one its vertex is at 1 negative 5. Okay, for g of x the vertex is 1 negative 5. Now if you just look at both of them, uh, this is at 1 2 and this is at 1 3, so their x values are same, so that means there is only difference that the vertex would be above or below. One is at 2 and the other one is at negative 5. This is at 2 and this is 1. So what is the difference between both of them? It is 2 minus minus 5, which is 2 plus 5, that is equals to 7. Okay, so that means the vertex of g of x is 7 units below of f of x. Clear? Okay, no problem. What will be the graph of this one? Its vertex is at negative, its vertex is at 1 2. Okay, so and this is considered, this is 1 1 2. This is the vertex of the first function and it is negative, so that means it will have the maximum point. So I am just making a pseudo graph. This is a graph of g f of x. Okay, now you have to make the graph for g of x, which has the vertex at 1 negative 5. So 1 2 3 4 5, so its vertex is at this point and it is also negative, so it will also have a maximum here. So this is, now how much down is this one? So 1 unit, 2 unit, 3 unit, 4 unit, 5 units, 6 unit and 7 units. Okay, because it is at this point now. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7 unit up. So that means the vertex of f of x is 7 units above from g of x. Or in other words, the vertex of g of x is 7 units below than f of x. Is it clear? Okay. Look at question number 6 now. What it says. A survey was taken to 12th grade students of West High School to determine the location for the senior class trip. The result is shown here. The question is, to the nearest percent, what percent of boys, what percent of boys choose Niagara, Niagara Falls? Okay, so if you look how many total boys are there, they are only talking about boys, not about the total. Okay, the question is not that what percent of total choose Niagara. They are just talking about what percent of boys. Okay, so the subject would be related to only boys. So 56 students out of 103 they chose Niagara Falls. So you have to convert it into a percentage. So first let's calculate it, convert it into decimals. So what is 56 over 103? It is 54.36. 54 0.5436, and when you times it with 100 you will get 54. What you will get? 54. Wait a second. Wait a second. No. We have to write it to the nearest percent. Okay. A survey was given for the 12th grade student of West High School to determine the location for the senior classroom. Okay. The result are shown below. To the nearest percent, what percent of the boys who chosen? Okay. So they are talking about the whole students. Okay, from the class. So we will just add, yeah, from the total. We will just add 88 with it. Okay, so we have to divide 56 divided by 103 plus 88. That will give us the total number of students. Oh, no. Total number of boys are not these. Wait, you're getting wrong. Total number of boys will be the sum of these one. Those who like Niagara Falls, those who like this lake, and those who likes the New York City. So we have to add all of them. No? 56, this is not the total. This is the third option. 56 plus 74 plus 103. Okay, now that now this is going to be correct. So 56 divided by 103 plus 74 plus 56, we will get 24.03% when you times it with 100. But first of all, you have to add all of them, then you have to divide it with 56. So to the nearest percent, it is 24. Okay. Move to question number 7. Which type of function is shown in the graph? Can you see this function? This is not linear. This is not a curve. This is exponential function. Look at the next one. This is an expression and you have to write its equivalent expression. So we can write 16x square minus 81. So I can write 16 is a perfect square of 4. So it can be written as 4x square minus 9 square, and let's apply the formula. A square minus b square is equals to a minus b and
A
a
minus
plus b. So by applying this, we will get 4x minus 9 and 4x plus 9. Okay, so 4x minus 9 and 4x plus 9 is the right answer. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay, look at question number 9. The owner of a landscaping business wants to know how much time on average his worker spends mowing one lawn, and okay, which is the most appropriate rate which to calculate an answer to this question. So what do you think? This is very easy question. This question is very easy question. Again, look, wants to calculate how much time on average his worker spends on one lawn. Okay, so they are talking, so hours per lawn. Okay, good. In question number 10, what they say, if
Um,
a ball is thrown into the air from the top of a building, the height h of t of the ball above the ground t seconds can be
uh,
modeled by this function. How many seconds after being thrown
um,
the ball will hit the ground? When the ball will hit the ground, the height will become 0. So we have to put h of t equals to 0. So that means we will get this thing, minus 16t square plus 64t
plus 80.
plus 18. So I can take 16, negative 16 common. So I will get t square plus, sorry, minus,
Or
because I take negative outside. negative 4t minus 5. Is it clear?
-5.
Because 16 times 5 is 80. So I
Isn't it?
have to,
Oh,
okay, so I will get that. Now I have to break, we have to break the middle term. So 4 can be written as um, minus 5t plus t minus
+t.
5. So take t outside, so it will become t minus 5 plus 1 outside, so it will become t minus 5 again. So t minus 5 is still common. Take it outside and you will get t plus 1. Okay, so we have two options, either t minus 5 is equals to 0. From that I got t is equals to 5, and the other option is t is equals to minus 1,
4
which is not correct
minus
for
3.
time. Yeah, when we put t plus 1 is equals to 0, we will get t is equals to minus 1, which will not be correct because time cannot be negative. So t equals
Yeah,
to 5 is the right answer. Okay, which expression is equivalent to this one? So this can be done with the help of completing square
factorization.
method. No, 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 completing square
Oh,
method. So y is equals to x square plus 24x minus 18.
-18.
So I can write it as x square plus 24x. Let's divide 24 with 2, which is b divided by 2. So I will get 12. So we have to add a square of 12 minus 18, and we also have to subtract square of 12 from this. Okay, so this expression from this, the highlighted part, it will become x plus 12 whole square
Is equal to
minus 18 minus
square root
12 square is 144. So you will get x plus 12 whole square minus, what is 18, minus 18 and minus 144, it is 2, 1, 5 and 1, 6, 1 minus 62, 162. So the right answer is option A. Okay.
okay.
Yeah, in the next question, when this is expressed as a polynomial in standard form, which statement about the resulting
The
polynomial is
rest of the
true?
formula is true.
Okay, so we first have to multiply it and then we can get that. Okay, so it is x into x
X
minus
minus 5
5 and 2x plus 3.
plus 3.
So first multiply x with any of them. So I am multiplying it with the first term, so it will become x square minus
X squared
5x. And then the rest is as it is. Okay, now let's multiply both of them. So we will get 2x cubed, x
cubed.
square plus times 3x, it will become 3x square minus 5x times 2x, it will become negative 10x square, and negative 5x times 3 will become negative 15x.
15x.
Okay, so 2x cube, this will give us negative 7x square minus
Oh,
15x. Now, but we have to see the constant, there is no constant term here, the leading coefficient
yeah,
is 2,
this
this is
2.
true.
Yeah,
Okay,
this
the
one.
degree is 2, no, the degree is 3. Degree means the highest coefficient, the highest power of a term. The number of terms is 2, the number of terms are 3, so this is also false. Okay,
False. True.
move to question number 13. What it says, the population of a city can be modeled by the function p of t is
PFT.
equals to this one, where p of t is the population after t years, which function is approximately equal to p of t. We have to write a function which is approximately same as this one. Okay, so now how I can solve this? This is 3810 times 1.0005
5.
raised to the power of 7, and I'm writing whole raised to the power of t by using the law of indices, that a raised to the power of m raised to the power of n, it is equals to a raised to the power of m times n. Okay, so it
Okay.
is 7 raised to the power of t. When you times them, it will become 70. Now you just have to calculate what is 1.0005 raised to the power of 7. So 1.000, I think 3 zeros, right?
Yeah.
5 raised to the power of 7. When I calculate it, it is giving us 1.0035. Okay, up to the 4 decimal places. So option 4 is the correct one, because we will have t above and the rest of the things will remain same. We are getting this type of questions in every paper now. Okay, the
This
function.
type?
Yeah, this type of from the exponential functions. We have to write an equivalent expression. Yesterday we also did a question like this. The function f of x and g of x are graphed on the set of x's here, for which values of x f of x is not equals to g of x. So f of
GX.
x is equals to g of x where they both intersect.
So right there, there,
So
and
it
there.
is at this point, and this point. 1, 2, this point is 2, this point is negative 1, and this point is negative 2. So other than that, so it's 3. So it is not intersecting at 3, because on all of them it is intersecting, right?
Yes.
Okay, what is the range of the box plot
The box
shown?
was one below.
What is the range? Range is the difference between the highest value minus lowest value,
Very
right?
slow.
So
Yes.
8 minus 1 is 7.
Yep.
Next question. Which expression is not equivalent to this one? All of them would be equal, one of them will not be equivalent. Okay, so first if I take 2 outside, I will get x square plus 5x plus 6. Let's factorize it. So x square, 5x can be written as 2x plus 3x plus 6. So 2 into x parentheses x plus 2 plus 3 into x plus 2. So I will get 2 into x plus 2 and x plus 3. Okay, so this is the first expression which is right here, so this is true. Now if I just multiply 2 with the first parenthesis, so I will get 2x plus 4 and x plus 3. So 2x plus 4 x plus 3 is also here,
This one.
and if I multiply 2 with this one, I will get 2x plus 6 and x plus 2. This is one. So option 3 is the
Yes.
correct one. It is not equivalent.
They made this question so easy.
Yeah, this paper is quite easy.
Oh, I can use it.
Okay, the quadratic function r of x and q of x are given here. Okay, the function with the smallest minimum value. Keep one thing in your mind. The
Smallest
smallest
minimum.
minimum value. The minimum value of the function or the maximum value of the function, they always on the line of symmetry. Okay, so first we have to calculate what is the value of x for line of symmetry, which can be calculated by
B over
minus negative b over 2a.
2.
What is the value of b here?
2.
It is 2.
And then over 2 times 1.
2, it is negative 1, right?
Yeah.
Let's substitute x with 1. So you will get negative 1 square
Squared.
plus 2 into negative 1 minus 8. So 1, negative 1 square is 1, negative 2, negative 8. So it will become negative 9. Okay. So for q of x, now which one has the minimum value? Q of x has the minimum value which is negative 9.
9.
But f r of x has the minimum value which is negative 16.
16.
Negative 16 is the smallest, so r of x has the minimum value which is negative 16. Clear?
Wait, what?
Hmm? Is there any
No,
question?
I don't really understand this one.
Look, which one is smaller? Which one is the smallest value in this r of x? So negative 16 is the smallest, okay? And it is smaller than even negative 9. I think you forget the concept, because 16 is more than 9. But in negative numbers,
Yeah.
the relation turns wrong. No? Negative
Yeah.
9 is greater than negative 16. So that's why negative 16 is the
Oh.
smallest. Yeah.
Oh.
Look at question number 18. In question number 18, it says that a child is playing outside. The graph below shows the child's
Child
distance
distance.
d of
Yes.
t in yards from home over a period of time t in seconds. Which interval represent the child constantly
Constantly.
moving closer to
Constantly.
the closer to the home? Okay, when he is constantly moving closer to the home, what does that mean? That means the distance towards the home is will be reducing, right?
Yeah.
So if you look at this interval from 0 to 2,
0 to
the
2.
distance is reducing.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. Yes.
the distance is
Reducing.
reducing. And is he moving uh,
She's moving
the, with
faster.
a constant rate? Is she moving with a constant rate?
No, he's gonna consider over here.
Is she moving here?
No.
If she was moving, or he was moving, then the graph would be, the distance will change, right?
Yeah.
As the time passes, the distance will needs to be closer to t, right? Which is not true.
Yep.
So he is moving slow from he covered the distance from 10 to he moved to 4. Okay, and it is in the interval 1 to 2. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay, look at the next question. In question number 19, what it says? It says that
If
you are given with
one
A1, which is
arithmetic.
defined by this way, then find A2. So now first, let's write the for A2. It is A2 will be equals to 3 plus 2 times, okay, 2 minus 1, which is A1 square. Is it clear? When I substitute n with 2, I will get this expression. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Next is I have to substitute the value of a, and the value of a is a1 is 6 square, so it will become 3 plus 2 times of 6 square, which is 36, and it will become 3 plus 36 times 2 is 72. 72 plus 3 is 75.
Fine.
Look at the next question. The length of a rectangular patio is 7 feet more than its width w. Okay, the area of patio a of w can be represented by the function. So if its length is 7 feet more than the width, so the length will become 7 times of w. Okay, and area of a rectangular patio is basically length times width, so it is 7 plus w times w, which will become 7w plus w square. So 7w plus w square, option 2 is the
W
correct one. Okay, look at question number 21. A dolphin jumps out of the water and then back into the water. His jump could be graphed on the set of axes where x represent the time and y represent the distance above or below the sea level. The domain for this graph is best represented by. Now you have to write the domain. What is the domain? The possible inputs. Okay.
inputs. Yes.
Yeah. So now uh, the dolphin jumps out of water and then move back to the water. His jump could be graphed on the set of axes where x represent time. What is x representing? X is representing time and y is representing distance above or below. Okay, so look here. The graph would be, for example, we are starting from this point origin. When time is 1 second, time is 2 second, time is 3. So the input values are for the time, right? So only positive real numbers are possible for its domain. But its range could be set of real numbers or both of them. Why? Because on y-axis, if she moved above, we will take it positive. If she moved down, we will take it negative.
Negative.
Yeah. Okay. In question number 22, what it says, which system of linear equations has the same set of solution as shown below? So again, we have to multiply them with a constant number, and then we have to find for which one we are getting a different answer. Okay. So if you look at, we have to find which has the same solution. Okay. All right. So exactly. Now let's find out the solution. If I just subtract them, I can cancel out x-axis, so I will get negative 5y, that is equals to negative 15. So y will become equals to negative 3. Okay, y becomes negative 3. Okay, sorry, y will become equals to positive 3, not negative 3. Now let's substitute y equals to positive 3 here. So I will get x plus y equals to 5. That means x plus 3 equals to 5. That means x is equals to 2. So the value of x is 2 and the value of y is 3. Okay. So if you solve the first equation very quickly from this one, you will get x is equals to 2 and you will get 2 plus 3. It is 5. So you are getting that this one is correct one. Let's see what is the problem in this one. When you subdivide both of them with negative 3, you will get x is equals to negative 10. X is equals to 10, which is wrong. For this one, you will get y equals to 1, which is wrong. For this one, you will also get y equals to 1, which is also wrong. Okay, so they are wrong. Only the first one is the correct one. Look at question number 23. Which interval represent the range of the function? This is the function. Okay, this is the function, and we have to highlight its range. Its range will be from the, it will have the minimum value to the maximum, which would be the infinity. So let's find its minimum value. The minimum value will be at the y line of symmetry, so it is negative b over 2a. So negative, the value of b is negative 2 over 2 times the value of a is 2. So it is positive 2 over 4, which is 0.5. The value of x is 0.5. Now let's substitute 0.5 here. So 0.5 square minus 2 into 0.5 minus 4. So 0.5 square 0.5 square and 0.25 times 2, that will give us 1. So 0.5. Okay, and negative 2 times 0.5 is 0. So it is 1, negative 4, right? So it will become negative 5 plus 0.5, which is negative 4.5. Okay, so the range is from negative 4.5 to infinity, and negative 4.5 is included. That's why we will have a square parentheses about it. Okay, if we have the open parentheses, then if negative 4.5 is not included, then option 2 will be correct. Okay, now look at question number 24. What is the common ratio of the geometric sequence whose first term is 5 and third term is 245? Now you have to understand, if the first term is this and the third term is this, what will be the third term? So for A3, it would be first term times r raised to the power of 2. Okay, for the third term. So a3 is 245, the first term is 5, and r square. So let's divide it with 5. You will get r square to be equals to, um, it will become 5 times 4 is 40. Okay, it is 49. Take square root on both sides, so the value of r is 7. R is 7. Okay, so finally we completed our MCQs. Is Yeah, we completed the multiple choice questions. Now we have to solve the next questions, which are going to be short questions. Okay, you are given with g of x, and you have to determine what is g of minus 2. So you just replace x with negative 2. So negative 4, negative 2x square minus 3 into negative 2 plus 2. So it will become negative 4, and negative 2 square is 4, minus 3 times negative 2 is will become 6 plus 2, and negative 4 times 4, negative 4 times 4, negative 16 plus 6 plus 2, so it is 8. So negative 16 plus 8, so the answer is negative 8. So g of negative 2 is okay. Now let's move to the next question. It's blurry, temporary. See. Hmm. A student is in the process of solving an equation. The original equation and the first step are shown below. This is the original one, this is the first step that she did. Okay, which property did the student use for the first step? So, how can you see that? You just have to observe them. It is 3a plus 6. Okay, what he did, he just switched them. It's not rewrote. It is due to the commutative property of addition. Okay, so you will see that you will write that the student, he switched he switched 7 and negative 5a. So he used commutative property of addition. Okay, so with this property we are able to switch them. Scroll down and move to the next question. Look at the question, what it says. It says that on the axis you have to graph the line whose equation is this. Okay, so what is the step? The first step is just to write it in the standard form, which is y is equals to mx plus c. For that one, I have to divide both sides with 2. So I just divide both sides with 2, and what I got negative 3 by 2x equals to negative 1, because 2 over 2 will become 1. Okay, so the y-intercept is negative 1, and the 2 right. So 1 2 3 down, 1 2 right. Okay, yeah, so I just have to pass a line through these 2 points. Oh, how perfectly I did that. Is it clear? I think it's been fixed now. Okay, uh, this equation. Okay, so what does it mean? That means if you just take the value of x2, what is the value of k? What is the main question? If you take the value of x2, what is the value of k at that point? So this is the value of 2, and y, so and y value is 1 2 3 4. So they are talking about this point, which is negative 2 negative 4. So value of k is negative 4. Is it clear? Look at the next question. I think it's very okay. The formula A is equals to Vf minus Va over T is used to calculate the acceleration as the change in the velocity over the period of time. Okay, solve for the formula for the final velocity V of f. You have to solve it for V of f in terms of initial. So you have to make V of f as your subject. So what I am doing, it is V of f minus Vi by t. So I just multiplied, take this t to the left side, it will go by this way, it will be multiplied with a. So Vff minus Vi. Okay. Then you have to write for V of f, take this Vi to the left side, it will, from subtraction, it will turn into addition. So we write Vf in terms of Vi and At. Okay. So that's the main formula. Scroll down to the next question. Okay, we have to solve it for x, and we have to use the basic principles. Okay, so it's 3 over 5 x plus 1 over 3 lesser than 4 over 5x minus 1 over 3. So I am just multiplying the both sides with 15. Okay, why I am doing that? Because I just wanted to get rid of these 5 and 3's, and their GCD of 5 and 3 is no, not, it is not GCD, sorry, it is their highest common factor, HCF of 5 and 3 is 15, so I multiplied with the highest common factor. Okay, so 5 times 3 will become 15, and 3 times 9 will become 9x, and 15, 3 times 5 is 15, and 5 times 1 will become 5. It is lesser than 5 times 3 is 15, and 3 times 4 is 12x, and 3 times 5 is 5, and 5 times 1 is negative 5. So let's subtract negative 9x from both sides. So by doing that, you will left with 5 on the left side, and 12x minus 9x is 3x minus 5. Okay, let's add 5 on both sides. So by adding 5 on both sides, we will get 10 is lesser than 3x, right? Now divide both sides with 3. So greater than x is greater than x is greater than 10 over 3. So this is the solution for x. Okay, is it clear? Hmm. Let's move to the next question. Okay, is the product of two irrational numbers is always irrational? So no, because I am taking square root of 2 and I am multiplying it with square root of 2 again. Okay, okay, let's take two distinct, let's take two different ones. I am multiplying it with perfect square 64. So let's multiply it with the root of 32. Okay, so it will become root of 64, which is equals to 8. Okay, so we will say that no, because we have an example. So we concluded our result that product of two irrational, it can be both irrational and rational. I gave you an example of rational. Let me give you an example of irrational. For example, if you multiply root 2 with root 3, you will get root 6, which is irrational. Okay, Is it clear? We already did this question. I think we had it in our MCQs, if I remember. Okay, let's look at this question. What it says that for the exact value of x, you have to solve this problem. Okay, so it is 6x square minus 42 is equals to 0. Now 42 and 6, they both are not perfect squares, right? So let's add 42 on both sides. By doing that, we will get x square, 6x square is equals to 42. Let's divide both sides with 6. So by doing that, we will get x square is equals to 7. Okay. Then take the square root. So by taking the square root, we will get root 7. Yeah, because root, we will not write it in terms of decimals. I told you whenever it is not a perfect square, we will close it as a um, um, in the form of the square root. Okay. Yeah, because square root is the exact answer. Anything other than square root is not the exact answer, it is the approximate answer. Okay, now look at this question. What it says? It says for you are given with this function. When x is lesser than 0, the function is 2x minus 3. Okay, so at 0 it would be open, and 3, 2x minus 3. So its y-intercept is negative 3. I am making an open circle at negative 3, and the slope is 2. So we have different ways for 2. Either we have to move for 2 units up, 1 unit right, and the other way is that write it as negative 2 over negative 1. Move 2 units left and 1 unit down. Okay. Oh, sorry, 2 units down, 1 unit right. That will be the same answer. 2 units down, 1 unit right. So we will get a line of this form. Okay. This is when x is lesser than 0. Clear? Now, when x is equals to 0, we have this function. What is its starting value? At 0, we will make the table, take different values of x, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So at 0, when you substitute 0, you will get negative 5. When you substitute 1, so you will get 1 square minus 4 minus 5 minus 4 minus 5. So it is negative 8. Okay. When you substitute 2, so you will get 2 square, which is 8. Sorry, 2 square is 4, and 4 times of 2 is 8. So negative 8, negative 5. So by this way, you will get negative 13, and negative 13 plus 4 is negative 9. Okay, when you substitute 3, you will get 3 square, which is 9. 4 times 3 is 12 minus 5. So negative 12 and negative 5. The result will become negative 17, and am I right? Negative 17. So negative 17 plus 9 is negative 8 again. Okay, when you substitute 4, so 4 square will become 16, and 4 minus 4, 4 times 4 is again 16 minus 5, so you will get negative 5. And then when you substitute 5, so it's 5 square, which is 25, minus 5 times 4 is 20 minus 5, so it is 0. So we have to graph these points now. At 5 it is 0. I think let's keep it in your mind. 0, negative 5, 1, negative 8. At 0 we have negative 5. At 1 we have negative 8, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. And then at 1, at 2 we have um, at 2 we have negative 9, so it is 8 and this is 9. At 3 we have negative 8, at 4 we have negative 5, and at 5 we have 0. Okay? No, no, not a scattered. This is a quadratic in nature, no? So you will get a U-shaped curve. Okay? So we have to join them. So you will get this type of a curve. Okay? So that's how we graph the step functions. Let's scroll down. You have to graph these inequalities. Okay? On the set of graph, you have to graph them. Now again, very easy, very not a tricky question. We are doing these questions many times. First of all, let's write it in terms of the simple form. So I am taking 2x to the other side, so it will become y greater or equals to negative 2x plus 8. Is it clear? And take 5 to the other side, so it will become y greater than 3x plus 8. Okay. So for the first one, it is the y-intercept is 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the y-intercept, and slope is negative 2. Negative 2 means 2 units down, 1 unit. 2 units down, 1 unit right here. Keep it in your mind. You forget. Now it is a solid color. It is a solid line, right? Because it has less than or greater than or equals to. So you will make a solid, yeah, from one side it is less than or equal, from the other side it is greater than or equal. So we will make a solid line. Clear? This is the equation for y equals to, because I have to shade. So this is for y greater or equals to negative 2x plus 8. But let's take the test point. At test point, I can take 0, 0 as my test point. So 0 is greater than 2 times of 0 is 0 plus 8, which is 8. So 0 is greater or equals to 8. So that means this is false. So I have to shade away from the origin. So this type of region will be included. Okay. Not a mustard, I think. Whatever the color, but you have to keep it in your mind. You have to shade it away from the origin. Okay. I'm not a girl, so I remember the color names. The next equation is 3x plus 5. So the y-intercept is 3, 1, 2. Sorry, y-intercept is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And slope is 3. So it is 3 down. Sorry, 3 up, 1 right. 1, 2, 3 right here. So let's change the color of the line and make a new line. Okay, on your request, we have a blue. So we got this line. It is not be a regular line. I will changing it to a dashed line. It will be a dashed line because we have yeah, not equality. Now again we can take 0, 0 as our test point, right? Because it is not passing through 0, 0. So 0 is greater than 0 plus 5. So 0 is greater than 5, which is again false. So we have to shade away from the origin. Now I am shading with the uh, being a Pakistani, I choose the green color. So this region away from the origin. It is not away from the origin. It is basically um, so can you see this region is included in this one? Is it clear? 3 and 5 at test point 0 is greater than 5, which is wrong. Oh, can you see the inequality sign? It choose a different inequality. It was lesser than, it wasn't greater. So 0 is less than 5 and it is true, right? The inequality sign here was lesser than and we take greater than. Okay, so we have to shade towards the origin. So this region, okay, towards the test point. No? Because 0 is less than 5, yeah, because it is true. If it was false, then we did that as we were doing in the previous case. Okay, now this is the region and the area where you can see the double shares, it is our solution region. But look at the question now. It says, is 1 8 is in our solution or not? So where is 1 8? This is 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 8 is this point. Can you see? So it intersects, but it is not in the solution. Why? Not is it not? Because it is on dashed line. Okay. So the point which is on the dashed line are not in our solution. Clear? You can give it detailed explanation to because it doesn't satisfy the inequality at the same time. You can check that. Okay. But in graphically, whenever the point is on the dashed line, it is not in our solution. Clear? Okay. Next question. Look at this. On the day Alexander was born, his father invested this much amount in an account with 1.2% annual growth rate. Now 1.2% annual growth rate means 1.2%, which is equals to 0.012. 0.012. Okay. Growth rate. Write a function a of t that represent the amount, the value of his investment after t years of after the Alexander's birth. So it would be a of t. It is the principal amount 1 plus, because why we are adding plus, because it is a growth rate, it is increasing function, so raised to the power of t. Clear? Is it clear? Next question. Determine to the nearest dollars how much more the investment will be worth when Alexander turns 32 than was in 17. So we have, yeah, so we have to take basically 5,000 into 1 plus 0.012 at 32 minus 5,000 into 1 plus 0.012 at 17. Okay, we have to take their difference. So if I calculate it on the calculator, it is 5,000 times 1 plus it is 1.012 raised to the power of 32. The answer is 7,323.97. Okay, and for the other one, for at 17 it would be, when we substitute 17 here, it is 600 6,124.05. Okay, now let's take the difference between them. 7323.97. The answer is 1199.92. So, and we have to write it to the nearest dollars, which is approximately equals to $1,200. Okay, so that would be the difference in the amount when he turned into 32 and when he was 17. Okay, scroll down to the next question. Okay, what this question says? It says Stephen collected the data from a travel website. The data included a hotel's distance from the Times Square, and what this word is, Manhattan. Is it area in some area in America? Okay, and the cost of a room for one weekend night in August. A table containing these data appears here. Okay, the question is, write the linear regression equation for this data set and round all values to the nearest 100. Okay, so again, what I told you already, that how to deal with these type of questions. You just have to substitute all of them in, we will substitute them in our calculator. Okay, and with the help of the calculator we will get the line of linear regression line. So yeah, I am doing it. Okay, I am doing it. Okay, when I did it, I got that it is y equals to negative 7.76 x plus 246.34. Okay, you can verify that. In the next question, it says that what is the correlation coefficient? Again, from the calculator, you can get that the correlation coefficient is negative 0.88. Okay. The next question is very important. Ex yeah, negative. The correlation is negative. Okay. Explain what the sign of the correlation coefficient suggests in the context of the problem. So it is the negative sign, right? It means, so the negative correlation, the negative correlation, it suggests that the distance from Times Square, it Times Square, beta, the destination that we were given in the beginning, it increases as the cost of a room decreases. Okay, look at the data. Let me tell you, look at the data. What it says, it says that when you are moving away from the Times Square, the cost is decreasing. Simple. So that's why we are getting the negative correlation. Okay, look at the next question. It shows the trend, that is it going to be positive, increasing, or the scattered plot is what type of trend is it, positive correlation, negative correlation. That's what we can easily see from the data values. Okay, in question number 36 it says that a snowstorm started at midnight. For the first 4 hours it snowed at an average rate of 1/2 inch per hour. What is the rate? 1/2 inch per hour. Keep it in your mind. Yeah, 1/2 per hour. Okay, then the snow then start fall at an average rate of 1 inch per hour for the next 6 hours. Okay, then it stops snowing for 3 hours. It stops snowing for 3 hours. Okay, then it started snowing again at an average rate of 1/2 inch per hour for the next 4 hours. Okay, 1/2 inch per hour for the next 4 hours. Okay, on the set of uh, axis below, determine the amount of snow accumulated over the time of interval. Okay, so first of all, we have to graph this. So for the first 4 hours, it snowed for um, 1/2 inch per hour, right? Okay, so that means 1/2 times 4, which is 2 inches. So for first 4 hours, it will be 2. So we will get this curve, right? Very easy. This straight line. Then for the next 6 hours, it is 1 inch per hour. So from this to next six, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is the next 6 hours, and it is increasing by 1 inch per hour. So from this to this, then this one, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. You will get uh, this straight curve for the next 6 hours. Okay, and then for the next 3 hours, if you look, it stops. So it stops. That means there is no more snow. So 1 hour, 2 hour, and 3 hours. Okay, and then again it start with 1.5 hour. So in every it's half, 1 hour, 2 hour, and 3 hours, and 4 hours. I think it worked for 4 hours. Clear? So that's how it will work. Clear? Okay. Look at the next question. Determine the average rate of snowfall over the length of the storm. The storm was for how many hours in total? It was for 17 hours, and the total accumulated snowfall was 10 inches. Okay, so the average rate is 10 inches over 17, which is round off to 0.5. We have to write it to the nearest 100. 0.59. Okay, so the average rate for to the nearest 100 is 0.5 inches per hour. Okay, I think this is going to be our last question probably. Okay, just look at the question, what it says now. Alisa spends $35 to purchase 12 chickens. She bought two different types of chicken. Cost is and okay. So write a system of equations that can be used to determine the Americana chickens A and the number of okay. So the total number of chickens are 12, so right? So it is A plus D equals to 12, and then we have to write the cost for the first one. So for Americana it is 3.7 A plus 2.50 D, that is equals to 35. Okay, determine algebraically how many of each type of chickens she purchased. So from the first equation I can get Yeah, two different. How many means how many Americana and how many Delaware. Yeah, so I get the value of A in terms of D, which is 12 minus D. I subtracted D. I am using the substitution method for solving this system of equations. Now let's substitute the value of A in the second equation, which is 12 minus D plus 2.50D, that is equals to 35. Okay, what is 3.75 times 12? It is 40. It is 45, 36, and yeah, 45 minus 3.75d plus 2.50d, that is equals to 35. I am subtracting 45 from both sides and I am also adding these two numbers. So I will get negative 1.25d is equals to 35 minus 40 is negative 10. Okay. Now let's divide both of them with negative 1.25. So D will become equals to 8. It is positive 8. So A plus D is 12. Let's substitute the value of A in the first equation. So A is 8. So I will get 12. So A will become equals to 12 minus 8, which is equals to 4. Hmm? No, beta, we are dividing negative 10 with negative 1.25. Okay. So they are 4. Now look at the next question. It is very interesting. Each American chicken lays 2 eggs per day, and each delivered chicken lays 1 egg per day. So she only sells eggs by full of dozen of 2.50. Okay, in a dozen there are 12, right? Determine how much money she can uh, earn to take in the end of the first week. At the end of the first week, with her 12 chickens. So there are 8 um, Delaware, right, and 4 Americana, and 1 Americana. They gave 2 eggs, right? They laid 2 eggs. So 4 times 2 is 8. So 8 eggs per day by Americana, and therefore we have to calculate for 7 days. So I am also multiplying it with 7, and 8 times 7 is 56. Okay, now uh, the the next one, it will give 1 egg per day, and if I times it with 7, so they will give 7 eggs in. No, first let's multiply it with 8. There are 8 in number, so we will get 8 eggs from Delaware, and now 8 times of 7 is 56, right? Okay, so in total we have 56 plus 56 number of eggs, which is equals to 112, and for a dozen the cost is 2.5 dollars. Now let's convert it into dozen. So 112 divided by 12, the answer is 9.3, and let's times it with 2.50, so we will get 22.50 dollars. Okay, that's it. So we completed this paper in just 1 hour and 14 minutes.